Hey Spencer, Scott Walker with Impact Link SEO. Thanks for meeting with me earlier. Here is that video that I was going to make for you. I think this is the correct website. If it isn't, sorry about that, but I'll just kind of go through what it's all about. So, for starters, I know it's a franchise, so you have no control over that, but that's you, so I'm assuming this is you here. Yep, Spencer, I got the right one. But yeah, looking at your website, there's a few things that I would recommend for you. For starters, I would add more content. The reason I say that is because Google loves to see content. They want to see 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage. Throughout that content, you want to be found for buyer intent keywords, which would have a location and a service. And for me, that usually has like mold remediation, Salt Lake City, or fire damage, Salt Lake City. And for those, the reason I say that is because those are buyer intent, they have location in the service. And so the other thing you could do is if you save your imagery correctly, water flush, wow, that is a long keyword, but it works. So those are the types of ones that I would have it saved as, but maybe shorter. I do use a tool called Ahrefs to show me your analytics where you're setting the DR and UR as the strength and trust that Google has for your website. These are on a scale of 100 and you want those balanced and continuously moving up. You're currently at 5 and 10 due to your referring pages and domains. And what those are backlinks. If you don't know what a backlink is, it's when one website links to another website via clickable button or text. But not all backlinks are created equal, so you do want to stay relevant to your industry and location whenever possible. And it looks like you're being indexed for one keyword, and looking at that keyword, it is just Utah Restoration Company, which is great. There's 70 volume, but it's very difficult to rank for that particular keyword. So I just did Salt Lake to bring it down a little bit. Salt Lake Water Damage Restoration Company. You have your Google guarantees up here, which I know are pricey, but at the same time, this is a great way to be at the very top of the page. Then you have your Google Ads. For this, a great way to get a good click-through rate is to make sure that as much of that keyword is inside of the ad as possible. I see water restoration in Salt Lake, so I mean that's pretty much all of them. Maybe getting company if there's a lot of searches for that particular one. And then for your landing pages, what I do recommend is a click to call right up top, form submit, what you do, where you do it, if you have any incentives or promotions going on. And then the background should be relevant to your search query. So, if it's water damage, do a water damage picture. If it's fire damage, have fire. And to kind of give you some examples of searches, just as this is Salt Lake County only. So water damage restoration near me, water damage, there's thousands of searches each month for them. Mold, a little bit less, but it is usually a cheaper cost per click. So, and then fires in there as well, but they're expensive. They get up to, that's water, 70 to 100. I thought I saw a fire in here for some prices, but anyway. Yeah, some of these, it just depends. Mold and remediation, mold damage, mold remediation removal. Those are the types of keywords if you want your cost per click to stay low to, have a good conversion rate. Anyway, that's kind of how you would have a good click-through rate, and then for your landing page experience, how to have a good conversion. And then right here is the Google Business Profile, next in line. It's okay that you're not here. There's lots of ways to get here. The first one I always recommend is to make sure your name, address, and phone number are the exact same all across the internet so you don't mislead Google. And then on top of that, getting reviews. There's a great little hack that I have that you can get them right then and there with a QR code. That's a great way to get them very quickly. And then also if you ever have a reactivation campaign or a review campaign where you send out your old client list and you send them a link to it to get more reviews. And then putting your name, address, and phone number into different citations or directories like yellowpages.com is helpful because the more you have those directories, the more Google will start to trust you, and that's not just in your local area, but in your surrounding areas. And then being in the ads in Google Business Profile generate about 60 to 70% of the traffic, and then the rest come down into the websites. And just looking at SERPro, this is one of the, for Salt Lake, they're the highest ranking one for this particular keyword. So when you start to have better content, more authoritative backlinks and citations, and those buyer intent keywords, you could start to outrank these guys. And to kind of give you an example, just in Salt Lake, there's 400 searches for, I think it's just water, water damage restoration in Salt Lake. each month. So when you start out Rankem, a percentage of those people will go to your website instead of theirs. A percentage of the people going to your website will give you a call, and depending on your closing rate, will turn into a customer for you. So, Spencer, I hope that this was beneficial for you. I look forward to talking to you more in the future, and I hope that this was helpful for you as well. Have a great day.